everyone. Welcome to Awaken with Jennifer. We're so excited. This is our second week, and we had so much fun last week. I did. Did you, Ericka?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I've been waiting to film this again because I think it's just so fun hopping on and talking and chatting and kind of just, going through what's happening
in our lives, and hopefully kind of expressing what could be coming up for you guys too. So that's always our goal is, so we were chatting and you finished exams.
Yes, I just finished exams. I had a pretty heavy load. I had
super heavy.
Midterm, sorry. I had 5 midterms back to back. So I had like Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of midterms. So I was basically just locked myself in my room, studying all day, going to each midterm, then coming home and repeat. And so I really struggled the day after my midterms were all over. I really told myself, I'm going to give myself this day to do nothing. Like, whether that just lay in bed all day, watch TV, like, whatever that was, I was like, I'm not doing any school, I'm not doing any work, I'm not touching anything.
And she completely deserved it.
Yes.
She worked her...
I was just mentally exhausted, and I wanted to recover.
You were grumpy.
Yes, but then
even during your day that you were giving
yourself,
I
was so grumpy. I was so agitated.
And when Ericka gets grumpy, Mama tries to stay a little bit farther away.
I'm not the nicest sometimes. When it comes to being grumpy with my family.
When you know she's having an off time, which happens less and less now.
Yes,
which is true, right? You had a lot more of those when you were younger. But as you've come into your own and done this work yourself, it's gotten a lot better. But it was one of those days of staying away.
Which is good, because you are annoying me. So
was it me or was it her?
No, yes, exactly. I think we kind of have that relationship in the way that you, out of everyone, I'm closest with. And I, go to you with all my issues and whatever I have, but funny enough, on the reverse side, you out of everyone annoy me the most and agitate me, and I don't know why.
Yeah, she gets real if she's off, like if you're off, Ericka, by far I'm the one that annoys her the most, and I know it, and then I try not to have it affect me. Those are those kind of dynamics that used to really get us. We would get into a pretty good whirlwind when we were younger, because you would get irritated with me, I would feed off of that, then I'd start feeling bad about myself and thinking I've done something wrong, and then I get irritated with her and we get into these little bickering, and it could last days and days and days, and then finally I'd be like, okay, we're a week in, we need to reset, Ericka. And it took us way too long to reset. So we want to talk about resetting today, because more and more as I've done this work, as we've done this work together and as a family, I've really, and Ericka kind of understands more that she's older, but what I mean by it, that we've been able to get ourselves out of it a lot faster. And one of my last year's really, not that I didn't know this for years and years and years, but as we work on this growth and this personal growth and on this awakening journey, you start to shift and change old patterns that used to hold you down, keep you dense, keep you heavy, keep you sick. And as you, for me specifically, as I've learned more tools to be able to support myself and to be able to stop that negative talk in my head, it's helped me so much. So what I really worked on last year and even into this year is this reminding myself that it doesn't have anything to do with me. Before, when she would get upset with me like that and I would trigger you, I would think there was something wrong with me, and I would let that be about me. My self-confidence would go down and I'd feel like crap, and then I'd feel like I needed to defend myself, and we go in this roller circle. And now I just know beyond know that it has nothing to do with me. And it's not about who I am and that she doesn't like me and that I'm this bad person or whatever else. It's just she's having an off day. She loves me. I'm the one that she's super close to, and sometimes it's just easiest to also become annoyed by that person and to allow yourself to be fully
I also think is that you kind of are the person that already sees through it. You can tell, for me, I was grumpy. I was done exams. I felt bored with life because I just had locked myself in a room for all this time, and it's not something I was super excited about. And then I was like, wow, my life sucks. I'm bored.
Oh, yeah.
This isn't fun. So I was having a pity party for myself, and my mom could see right through that. So I think having you, like, I knew that you could see that, and that triggered me even more.
Yes.
Because I was
That's
like,
so
I didn't want to confront.
You didn't want to look at it. You just wanted to be in your pity party.
I just wanted to be in my pity party, and I knew you were like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Or like, you're telling me.
I wasn't doing it that
No. Maybe that was me making that up. But see, maybe that was just me wallowing in my pity party. But, and I think that's just because you were seeing through me, and I didn't like that.
You didn't want, like, because you know I could reset you fast, and sometimes we don't want to be reset fast. We just want to still sit in our pity party a little longer.
Well, maybe.
And that makes so much sense, because she will, like, when she knows I see something that I could support her with, and she's not ready for it, or not just wanting to go there, she gets really defensive with me, and that's when you get irritated by me and stuff, and I'll just sit there and try to be as calm as possible, because I know I can see that she's ready for the shift or the change or the new awareness, but she has to kind of see it. But that's been the coolest part over the years. Did you see how fast you did that? Because I let you be that day, and then the next morning I came in to say hello, and you were still right into it, and I was like, okay, Ericka, this is not about me, like, don't, like, hate on me. And I said, just know that you just gotta let yourself have that day, and you didn't let yourself have that day without the judgment.
Yeah, I think the judgment.
Right. And so she came back upstairs, and almost immediately you reset. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, allow yourself to have this reset. Allow yourself to, like, just breathe and just be like, okay, next. Because this energetic shutting yourself into your room for how many days, studying, having this focus, and then going into this self-negative talk of, oh, my life's boring, this is what's happening, instead of understanding that the energy behind all of that was very, very hard for you and dense, and giving yourself that day, but giving yourself that day without judgment of that quiet time, of that me time, because your head was probably self-talking the whole time. I'm not doing this, I should be doing that, I could be doing that,
I'm not feeling this way, I should be feeling this way.
That's right.
Kind of those things. But I think also what came with my reset too is I took a second, I was talking, I was like, oh, I feel so bad for myself, those kind of things, and then I was like, but what am I gonna do about it? I was like, it takes me to take action to make myself feel better, and if I'm just going to stay in this state, what is that gonna do for me? What is that gonna do for everyone else? What is that gonna do for my relationships, my partner, my family, like all those type of things? So I was like, okay, so I got out my iPad, I started jotting down, because I'm in reading week right now, and I started jotting down everything that I want to do that was different than my usual routine. I was like, I love sports, I love activities, I haven't been doing that, I love moving. I was like, what things can I do that are going to fill me up? And we talked about this last week. What am I going to do so I can be inspired and live an inspired life? So I was like, I want to go swimming, I want to go rock climbing, I want to make sure I'm going for runs, like I want to do these different things, drop in soccer. And then automatically I was like, wow, I feel better, I feel ready, let's seize the day, you know, those type of things. And I think going to your journal or going to whatever your safe space is where you can be creative and think and be truly you,
and
is so important.
And get that negative self-talk. Allow yourself, so like the biggest gift I've given myself, and Ericka, you've just started doing this more and more lately, the biggest gift I've given myself is get that negative talk or that like repetitive talk out of your brain and onto paper or onto something that's now you've energetically put it outside of yourself.
Yes.
And then you get to kind of look at that and say, oh, that's great, okay, now what do I want? And you get to ask these like really clarifying questions for yourself, like Ericka just did. And then I know for me personally, I've gotten really good at it, and if I see myself spiraling, I'll write down those negative talks, then I ask the questions, but then I look at it like I'm outside of myself, like my real self, my higher self, and I'll say, okay, now what does this mean? where am I out of congruency, out of alignment in my life? If I'm thinking these thoughts, that's in that space of my life, that's not serving me. That means that I'm not in flow. So now what does it look like to be in flow in that area of my life? And then I just get these ideas like you did, like this is what I want to do. And then I'm like, okay, now how do I take action? Do I even want to take action? And so there's all these questions I keep asking myself that I get to actually like self-support myself. And then I come out of that journaling and that time for myself so much better and so much freer. Where before those things, like we said, with our fights lasting a lot longer, or not fights, but just being off with each other, I would sit in these self-pity parties or these denser states or depressive states for days, weeks, sometimes a lot longer. And now it's happening almost like that, because I've created the patterns, I've created the tools, I've done the journaling, and that is by far my most favorite thing to do in terms of supportive thing, is to get that pen and paper out or do it on my phone. And it really allows you to see clear. So I'm super excited Ericka's doing it, because for a while you knew you wanted to, but you weren't. You were also so much younger too.
I think for me, I was judging the journaling. Like, I was kind of thinking it had to be like a dear diary, write about my day, force myself to talk about things that I didn't actually like feel like it helped. Yeah. For me, I don't really call it journaling. I call it a brain dump. Mm-hmm. So I just like take what you were saying, all these negative thoughts, all these things in my head, and I put it on a piece of paper or an iPad or like whatever that looks like. And it's not structured in the way that like there's prompts, or that in the way that like,
and that might work for some people,
right? For sure,
but it didn't work for you.
Yes, it felt forced for me. So this type
never
of way
worked for me either.
Yeah, this type of way, I just put down goals. I put down whatever I'm feeling. I'm putting down whatever I have to look forward to, or even just writing lists of things to do, so I have a more clear.
So it's edit here and it's down there.
Yeah, and so you can feel like you can be a little bit more organized,
and it clears your brain out.
Yeah, so that's kind of my form of journaling. So
but it also like was an amazing way to reset. And I even said that to you the next day. I'm like, okay, so like maybe you need a reset. Maybe you need to just take a breath and look and say, okay, now what? Mm-hmm. Right? And there's energetic processes you can go through too to shift them. And there's like therapy processes and stuff too. But sometimes it can just be as quick as like, done. Okay, now what? Now what's calling me? And some people think it has to be hard and long, and it can be super quick, really easy, as big as just whatever works for you. I do like a kind of what I call break energy with what's happening, or close the door on that last moment, and reset to the next thing. And so that's been really helping me like a lot, and it's super cool that's helping you. So we just thought we'd give our two perspectives on what that looked like to reset, to allow yourself the gift of having a day off, and not judging it. And when you get into judgment, you get into spiraling. Yeah. Right? And if you're going to allow yourself to have that time, just like play with it and have so much fun with it. And then you can get into the journaling. That's all the other tools. And
well, I think the reset can kind of just be for everything. It could be big things, it could be small things. It could be, I just got out of a meeting with a client. Now I need to reset myself so I can be focused on whatever task I'm doing next. So I think the reset can honestly just apply to everything.
Any phase of your day. It can be a large reset. It can be a tiny reset. It'd be like almost like you're closing. Like my facilitator, he's amazing. Like calls it breaking energy. Mm-hmm. There's a different like closing doors, and you're just like allowing that last piece to be done, so that you get to move into the next piece of your day or your life, fresh. Breathe. Mm-hmm. Clear, focus, inspired, play. Our words for the year.
Play, inspire, value, those kind of things. So
So we hope that helps. We had super fun. I did. Did you?
That was
super fun. I make up words,
super
by the
fun.
way.
Super fun.
They all like to laugh at me. I used to take that personally. I don't anymore.
Well,
Side note.
Okay.
Hope you have a great day.
Okay, have a great day.
Bye.